This is how it used to be. Johnny lived next door to me, Paul lived down the block. We'd meet each day at my house sharp 6 o'clock. We'd race our bikes to school and Paul would always win. Johnny said that's 'cause we're 9 and Paul, he just turned 10. First day of high school, on the way to my first class, 3 football players said they wouldn't let me pass. I set my books down and I rolled up my sleeves. Then I noticed there were 2 boys next to me. It was me and John and Paul, best friends you ever saw. All for one and one for all. It was me and John and Paul. Wonder why they call it graduation day. More like a funeral for a youth who's passed away. Paul said he's leaving for the army in 2 weeks. Johnny said that's 'cause go to town and make some memories. It was me and John and Paul, the best friends you ever saw. All for one and one for all. It was me and John and Paul. Years later I heard Paul came back from the Gulf War. I flew up to Tennessee to visit him once more. Didn't shock me none to hear that he'd been brave. He lost his own life, but another one was saved. I waited by a tree till everyone had left. Went up to say a prayer for my pal who slept. Then I heard a voice I hadn't heard in years. Didn't need to turn around, I knew just who was there. It was me and John and Paul, the best friends you ever saw. All for one and one for all. It was me and John and Paul. It was me and John and Paul, the best friends you ever saw. All for one and one for all. It was me and John and